Now, before I get into this review, I just want to know one thing. How is Zack still alive? Or let alone still moving for that matter? It makes no sense to me. Like, I understand this anime, a lot of things are over the top and dramatic and just out there, but still, even for this standard alone, the guy has been shot at, cut, and then now he even got sliced into the gut, everything. He had a lot of crap done to him throughout the show. So for him to still be alive, to even let alone move a muscle, it's just, dude, what are you made of? What will? You're like freaking Jason or Michael from freaking Halloween. No matter how many times you were attacked, you still keep getting back up. That's some good durability there. Now, without further ado, let's get into his review of Angels of Death. Okay, finally, we get a main story that's going to be about Rachel. Because let's face it, despite how much I do find an interest in Rachel, Zack is the real show stealer here. He's the reason why most people tune in to watch the show. Because let's face it, throughout as weeks go on, the ratings for Angels of Death in a way keeps going down. Some people are losing interest in it. Some people say it's going on, dragging on forever. For me, it's a kind of show, but nonetheless, as I promised, I would still review it. So we get to see a bit about Rachel, and in a way, I like this episode. I like it a lot because we get to see how Rachel reacts under pressure, how so determined she is to her goal of saving Zack. But this seems to be a bit more personal in a way. It's just not saving Zack, but it's also something to do with her religion, her beliefs, and all the other stuff. So, she goes off trying to find some way to stop the bleeding for Zack. And even then, she just has to go through these rooms of puzzles. And the voices keep telling her to confess her sins, to spit them out, to do all these weird tasks. And in the room, she was discovered with 3 pictures. And one of the pictures was 3 sheeps, a family of sheep. One was a male, one was a woman, and one was a child. And this was a representation of Rachel's family, the mom, dad, and Rachel herself. You see the parents coming out, and they're comforting her, saying she's a good girl and stuff like that. But nonetheless, Rachel didn't seem too happy to see them. In fact, she kind of had a disgusting look on her face as she didn't really care for these people, because she was quick to slice the picture, and as you see, blood is splattering out the picture. And even as further she goes through each room and puzzle, her facial expression slowly starts to change, from the plain old doll-looking face to a bit worried to a kind of irritated to a like, okay, I'm fed up with everything kind of look on her face. She looks so freaking irritated in this episode. Like, why are you irritated? I know you're trying to save Zack and all, but you really haven't been this much emotional before when Zack has been in danger. So that does bring into question, maybe this room itself, this floor, is hitting Rachel on a personal level than she wants to. Before than that, most of the times, most of the floor bosses, most of the times coming after Zack. Well, especially Kathy. Kathy is mainly going after Zack, trying to bring up his past. And Danny himself was more of a he was just showing Rachel how much he appreciates her and stuff like that. But nonetheless, Rachel never felt any emotion or any sadness until she's on this floor, because it's hitting on something compared to her past. So it makes you wonder what happened in her past for her to be acting like this, for her to twitch so much. Her huge obsession with her religion or beliefs of having Zack swear to God to kill her, and that's what really driving her forward. As we all know, she doesn't want to commit suicide. She easily ends up commit suicide, but again, religional beliefs. And of course, throughout the show, everyone keeps talking about Rachel's sins to confess. But the thing is how can you confess to a sin you don't believe is a sin in the first place? It's like doing something right and wrong. Right and wrong can be different for each and every individual. Say what you believe is right might be wrong as someone else, and vice versa. So what Rachel probably did, I'd probably be seen as sinful, probably in Rachel's eyes, aren't sinful. And because of that, she doesn't see she has done anything wrong. That's what I'm thinking so far. That's the only way I can go about this. Of course, we get to see the floor boss here. His name is Gray. He's a priest, and he has no pupils. Pretty cool design. Pretty cool design. I don't know how he's. I don't know if he can see or he's just sensing her. I don't know. I didn't really question like how are you able to see? Like, are you like Toph from Avatar or something? No, I don't think so. So, anyways, in order for Rachel to save Zack, she has to go back down to the floor, one of the earlier floors from before, in order to get some type of thing to save Zack from the bleeding to stop. However, in order to do this, she has to go back to each and every floor, starting with Kathy's floor, and then going down to Danny's floor, and so on and so forth, in order to do it. So right now they stop in Kathy's floor, and she is having to turn on the power switches in order to continue the elevator to go back down to the next floor. So she is determined. She seems irritated with Gray, the priest, where Gray, the priest, says we have to stop at this floor and you have to pretty much turn back on the generators so you can go back down to the next floor. You can just see her emotions. Like, we have never seen an emotion on Rachel's face throughout the show until this episode. And the thing we're seeing is just not just determination, but irritation. And I keep saying irritation because the look she keeps showing. It looks like someone that's irritated, just fed up. You know, I guess she is in a desperate need to save Zack's life, but at the same time, she has to go through all these puzzles in order to do it, and she just don't want to waste any more time, especially with the prisoners. You know, this girl is killing these prisoners without hesitation, with no look of sympathy once, not at all. I know why that was hard to say. I was trying to say once so freaking ever, but I don't know why that was hard for me to say earlier. But yeah, so the question is we all been asking, and we're slowly starting to see more of Rachel and how she truly is, in a way. At first, she was a quiet, mysterious person who would just do what she has to do, and she had this obsession of religion and wanting to herself be killed, but not by herself, as you can see, but by Zack instead. But now we're seeing a different side of her, a side where she is truly determined to do something. And with that determination, she's using it to mow down anyone that gets in her way. And who knows, the priest might get in her way, or maybe the priest himself, as we all know, is watching over her, seeing what kind of person she truly is, so he is watching her through these tasks and how she handles them. So as we all know, actions speak louder than words. So of course someone could come up to you and say what kind of person you are, and they can tell you, but that's just from someone else's own perspective. The best way to do is actions, and sometimes you can't control all your actions. So because of that, the preacher is watching Rachel, and he's probably going to judge her based on what she does throughout the floors in order to get what she needs to do in order to save Zack. So yes, this is actually, I like this episode. This is probably my most favorite episode in the show so far. There wasn't much Zack at all. There's no, that's cool little squabbles that they used to have, which was pretty much one-sided with Rachel always, in a way, like, outsmarting Zack. But other than that, this was, in my opinion, better because we get to see a lot of Rachel. Like, the show had to carry itself in order to be good with Rachel alone. Because as we know, Zack was life of the party. So, without him anywhere to be found, well, in the show, I mean, it was all up to Rachel in order to say, yeah, I got this. So, she did a pretty good job this episode. I gotta give it to the studio, doing a very good job with showing Rachel's facial expressions, her emotions, and her sheer determination to do what she needs to do in order to save Zack. So yeah, Angels of Death. This was a pretty good episode. I enjoyed it a lot, really. I hope it gets better from here, actually, because it's been feeling kind of slow, and we did have some reveals, but like I said, it felt slow. And I guess this is one of the reasons why this anime is not doing so well when it comes to ratings in America. I'm not sure about Japan, but I just know in America, not many people are finding this anime that appealing all the way. So anyways, that's all I got for this review, man. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys are enjoying Angels of Death. If you are, just please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and of course hit the bell icon so you get notified every time I upload. I've been Madcrownxox, and I'm signing out. Have a good one.